Hello and welcome to this week's Rebel Report. I am your host, Cindy Van Arnhem. Welcome to the show. I am so excited to dive in. I'm going to be taking a little bit of a different angle today as we look at the numbers that are speaking to us in the coming week. So the week of April 25th to May 1st, we're going to dive into this, but I want to start off with a story first. Story time is one of my favorite things. So for those of you who've never met me, who don't know me, and for those of you who do know me, I used to live a life that I thought was pretty good. I was surviving. I was getting by. There was some suffering in that. There was definitely a lot of sacrifice. There was this belief system that if I just worked a little bit harder, I would somehow have that magical breakthrough where all the money poured into my bank accounts. But what was really happening under the surface was this fear that I would not be loved unless I got the to-do list done. That my value was defined by my ability to get shit done. That I would only be loved if I checked the things off and took care of everybody and made sure that my responsibilities were taken care of. I believed that I needed to show my worth, prove my worth, and prove my value. And in that, as a ruling number 4, the ruling number 4 is on the lower vibrational frequency. We are constantly feeling responsible for everyone else. And so we have this people-pleasing tendency. But people-pleasing comes from a desire to be loved. And so I would do things for people so that I would receive love in return. As a 5 of diamonds, I also recognized that I had this desire for this newness all the time. So I would get into a relationship and I'd be bored within 3 months. I'd be gone. I would get into working with a client and I'd be triggered within 3 months, and I'd find a way to either end the relationship or move on or morph it in some way. And I could never find that long-term commitment. Now, one of my biggest challenges in my lifetime, especially even as a ruling number 4, but as a 5 of diamonds, was commitment. And I was reflecting back on all of the things that I've gone through in the last 3 or 4 years, all of the growth, all of the expansion. I have been calling myself higher and higher and higher and higher for years. And in the reflection of that, I noticed something. Someone who was deeply terrified of commitment, did not want commitment, didn't think that I would ever be loved unless I got the to-do list done. And as we all know, the to-do list is never done. Someone who had these beliefs that if I just worked harder, I would somehow break through. I let go of all of those beliefs. And I am now in a very committed personal relationship, a very committed business relationship. I do not sit behind my computer for 17 hours a day anymore, unless inspired. And I don't feel the need to take care of everybody else. Now, this isn't just because I just said I don't give a fuck anymore. I do. I care deeply. But what I recognized in all of the growth and looking at my numerology and really allowing myself to step into the possibilities that are available to me, I have come to this place of deep commitment to myself. And when we commit to ourselves, all of the other pieces in the outside world just trickle in. It is feedback. It is evidence of the commitment to self. So let me talk about this week, because commitment's a big word and self-responsibility is a big word. And a lot of people struggle with the word self-responsibility. I just want somebody else to do it for me. I want somebody else to tell me what to do. I feel like I need to do all of it so that I will be loved, rather than stepping into your own awareness of where you're committed to you and where you are not. So this week, April 25th to May 1st, lots of energy stirring. We start the week off with a ruling number 8, dedication, devotion, building, really devoting ourselves to our messaging. But we've also got all this clubs energy at the beginning of the week. 9 of clubs coming in saying, take it higher. Take it higher. Be fearless. Be fearless in the words you say, in how you express yourself. Don't be afraid that people won't love you. Don't be afraid that people might leave you. They might. Who fucking cares? There are 8 billion people on this planet. I guarantee you that there are lots of them that love you. Guaranteed. And not because you're doing all the things on your to-do list and being responsible, but because you are owning who you are. So we start this week off on the 8, 9 into the 1, and we've got this up level into our communication, into being fearless, into having the confidence to express ourselves, into saying what we know deep within our heart that needs to be said versus what we think we should be saying. I'm speaking to the healers, the coaches, the spiritual teachers out there who think you need to speak in a way that all the fucking marketing bullshit says you need to say. Don't do that. You do you, boo. Commit to who you are. Commit to the things you want to do. Commit to what you want to experience in this lifetime. Commit to who you are. Come home to yourself this week and then be willing to share from that place. Because if you are at home in who you are and you know the things that you want to say, you will not feel the fear. You will, as my cat comes to play, you will be fearless in that leadership. This is your time. This is your time to express in the way that you came here to express, without the fear of other people not loving you, without the fear that you'll only be loved if you get the to-do list done, without the fear that you don't belong. You fucking belong. You are part of a greater message. You are part of a greater movement, and you belong. Your dreams are there for a reason, because there are other people on this planet who have the same dream. Speak your dream. Share your dream. Shout it from the fucking rooftops. Get it out there. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Good morning. I love it. All the Australians. Good morning. Hi. So we start the week off with all this clubs energy, calling ourselves to a dedication and devotion, a deep burning love for higher expression, for not being afraid to say what we want to say, knowing that it is part of a bigger message, it is part of a bigger movement, that we belong to that movement. And then we come into the end of the week, a new moon in Taurus with an eclipse, and the month of May, which is all about the 2 energies. So there is a lot happening at the end of the week. This new moon in Taurus is all about the foundation, that grounded energy. Taurus loves all the finances and the home and the physical body. It loves to play in the material. And this new moon with an eclipse is saying, do it different. Stop doing all the shit you used to do. Just stop it. Just throw it out. Unless you love it. If you love it, keep doing it. But all those obligations, all those shoulds, ought tos, I said I would do it, so therefore I have to, all of that shit, when you hear that in your head, decommit. Get it out of your calendar. All the things that right here in your heart, you're like, oh my God, I want to do that. Put those in your calendar. Commit to those things. Gone are the times of doing what we said we were going to do, of doing the things because we think we should, of doing the things because our parents and our grandparents told us we have to. It's over. So stop fucking doing it. Now is the time to come into the essence of you and to belong in a community that feels and dreams and thinks and does the same things. Not cookie cutter same things, but trusts their intuition, listens to the beat of their own drum, dances to their own music. And in that, creates this community of humanity that is for the greater good. You belong to that community. It is time for fearless leadership. It is time to step up. It is time to take responsibility for who you are and start doing the things that you fucking want to do. Scrap the to-do list. I challenge you. Look at your to-do list and remove 10 things from it today. Just get rid of them. Or if not today, if that's a little bit too scary, this week, get rid of them. Decommit. Chuck them off the list. Not doing that anymore. Not doing that anymore. How much can you remove from your to-do list so that you can live a life fully lived, so that you can start thriving and stop blaming everybody else for not having the life that you want because you're so obligated over here? Stop it. Start doing the things you want to do. Commit to that. As we move into the month of May, we come into this energy of deep community, of connection, of belonging. And we're feeling this separation of not belonging to certain communities anymore. And in that, it creates this mental disturbance of, oh, well, what if I don't belong anywhere? You do. And your belonging begins within your own body. When I was suffering and in survival mode 5 or 6 years ago, I remember I would just look at my to-do list and I would just be like, okay, I'm going to get this all done today. And if I get this all done today, then somebody will love me. And then if I didn't get it all done that day, I would spend the rest of the night bitching and complaining or beating the shit out of myself because I didn't get it done. Oh, and so is going to be mad at me because I didn't get that done. And oh my God, all of this mental chatter. And I remember Joy Kingsborough saying, if you just went and meditated more often, you'd make more money. And I thought, what is this bullshit? I don't know what you're talking about. I had never meditated in my life, but I made a decision. I made a commitment to myself because what I was doing wasn't working. So I committed to myself. I am going to spend a minimum of 30 minutes on my patio every single day in some sort of meditation. Some of it was guided. Some of it was distracted monkey brain all over the place. Some of it was staring at the wall. Some of it was distracted by my dog and my cat and all the things. Believe me, it wasn't perfect. But what I chose was that 30 minutes and I committed to it because I knew that if I didn't, I was going to continue in this cycle of suffering and survival and sacrifice and pain. And so slowly by slowly, yes, that is a term, inch by inch, I began to shift out of that pattern. And pretty soon, the to-do list, no big deal. Oh, I didn't get that done today. Okay. Because I committed to me, what I wanted, my desires. And lo and behold, my desires and my dreams matched up with a whole bunch of other people's desires and dreams, and I created a community of people who know that we all belong. So this week, it is all about fearless leadership, and fearless leadership requires you to make some tough decisions. It requires you to pull up your responsibility pants. It requires you to say no to the things that you feel obligated to, and to start saying fuck yes to you and what you desire in the world. I hope you have an incredible, beautiful week. Come back and let me know how you experience this. Let me know what you're decommitting from, and let me know what you're going to do to choose yourself this week, knowing that you belong. Have an incredible week. I love you. I believe in you, and I see your power.